Hello, everyone, and welcome to the recap video for the monthly CRPS Power Club meeting. In this meeting, we go over the book Boundaries by Henry Cloud, and we dive into some topics about setting boundaries in our own life and how that may be beneficial to us. If you are watching this and you are wondering what the Power Club is, the Power Club is a monthly book club and support group that I started to remedy the isolation that comes from living with and being in chronic pain. So, if you are dealing with CRPS or any other pain condition and you would like a support group that meets monthly to hold you accountable, help you on this journey as you go through my online course or work with me as a client, or even just as you watch my free material, feel free to join the Power Club anytime using the link in the description down below. Additionally, what I would like to announce is the next book for the Power Club, which will take place on January 24th at 2 p.m. U.S. Central Time. That book is going to be The Alter Ego Effect by Todd Herman. This book is one of my favorites, and I'm very excited to go through it with everyone. And you will see just how this can apply not only to your chronic pain, but to your life as a whole. Todd Herman has worked with top performers like Beyonce, for example, or Kobe Bryant. And the alter ego effect is a method that leads to profound change in your life. So I'll be very excited to go over this book with you. One thing I want to say before jumping into this recap is that not every book is going to be a winner. So, Boundaries was a very polarizing book. There were some people in the Power Club that really loved it. There were some people in the Power Club that did not like it for certain reasons pertinent to their life. If that's the case, that is okay. This is first and foremost a support group. Secondly, it is a book club. The books will act as topic generators for us, but they will not be the primary focus. So if you start reading a book and you dislike it, or you start reading a book and you find you just don't have time to finish, you do not need to be perfect to be part of the Power Club. You do not need to finish the whole book to be part of the Power Club. If you read a single page and you show up for the next meeting to get support and discuss some of these ideas, even without background, please come. We want to see you. We don't mind if, you've only read a little bit or you just noticed the book or you just joined the day before our meeting. We want to welcome you to our group. We want you to know that you're not alone in dealing with CRPS, and we're happy to have you anytime. So, if you'd like to join the Power Club again, that is down in the description down below. If you're wondering who I am, my name is Chase Teagarden, and a little over 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with CRPS following 2 back surgeries. For 4 years, I struggled with intense pain with no answers from doctors until finally I went my own way and found my way out of pain. Since then, I have become a doctor of physical therapy, therapeutic pain specialist, and one of 60 fellows of pain science in the nation. And I now help people all over the world in countries such as Thailand, Switzerland, Scotland, Uruguay, Canada, and of course, right here in the US, overcome pain and move on with their life. If you are interested in my online program or my one-on-one coaching or anything in between, please look for the links down in the description down below to book a completely free consultation with me or find more information. So without further ado, let's jump into this Power Club meeting, and I will see you January 24th at 2 p.m. US Central Time to go over the next book, The Alter Ego Effect. Okay, so enjoy this video recap. I hope to see you guys in the next one and have a wonderful day. Goodbye. All right. So welcome everybody to our December 2025 Power Club meeting. I had a feeling with it being this close to Christmas, we'd have just a few. And so today we're going to go over a little bit of the themes in the book Boundaries. But then I'm going to talk about a plan for the next session and how we're going to approach the books from now on. So that'll be one thing. One thing I also want to say is there were, I want to say like 4 or 5 people that reached out to me and said they weren't thinking of attending the Power Club because they were going through something really emotional this month and they didn't want to be a burden or didn't want to be weighing the group down. And I just want to say
No.
for those people, if you're watching this, that's what a support group is about. So you don't have to come and show up here being perfect or being all collected or anything like that. The whole point of the support group is to have a place where you can be seen and understood. And remember that CRPS and POTS and all of these other conditions we deal with, they're often called invisible illnesses. And as I've said many times, a big reason for that is because we have a strong subconscious desire to be seen. So if we can allow ourselves to be seen without needing the pain or the symptoms, then that in and of itself is healing. Okay. And what I mean by seen is when we're having a bad day, we reach out and we connect instead of withdrawing into the pit, as Deborah might call it, right?
Yeah.
Um, so we'll talk a little bit about boundaries today, but I know that a lot of people reached out and said they weren't finished with the book and that in their perfectionism they were worried about not being finished. Look, not every book is going to be a hit. Not every book is going to be one that's easy to finish. You don't have to finish the books. Okay, so however far you got, that's cool. Some people didn't like the book because it reminded them of certain things in their life they weren't ready to process or take on. That's okay too. You don't have to read the books. This is support group first, book club second. So that being said, we'll discuss what we can with boundaries so far. We'll touch on it again a little bit next month since we'll have more people back with us. And to just straight up in the beginning say what our next book is going to be, it's going to be a little bit of a change from some of the heavier stuff like I like to do. And it's this book right here, The Alter Ego Effect by Todd Herman. Okay.
Okay. Can
So
I
we
say
got,
something?
yeah, absolutely. Jump in.
Well,
I've done my spiel.
um, I almost was, well, not that I was gonna not show up and not come, but um, my question was, I'm glad it's support first, book club second,
Yeah,
because for me, I'm not surprised people are going through stuff. The holidays sometimes can just, no matter how wonderful they are, it just sucks. You're
they do.
around your family, all this drama.
Yep.
And I myself, I didn't finish the book. I'm about 30 pages in.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like it. I was surprised it had scripture in it,
Mhm.
but surprised in a good way.
Sure.
Um, but holidays are hard.
Yes.
Holidays are really hard, and I myself could use some of my CRPS warriors for some support with this.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if we'd be able to discuss that, if the other people are having an issue or
Yeah.
struggling with the holidays. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just needed to throw that out.
Yeah. No, and thank you for
Mm.
sharing that because you're right. The holidays are hard. And this book has been in there's a lot of people that have reached out to me and said it's fantastic that there's all this scripture within the book, right? And then there's another select people that I've recommended to and said I can't read this book because it
Hmm.
has the scripture in it. And it's not because individuals are, adverse to scripture. It's because of what's tied to that. A lot of people that I work with grew up in religious families that leaned towards cult, which makes them adverse to a read like this, which I totally get. And so yeah, like I said, there's gonna be books, we're lucky there's only been one so far that's, been like in the middle like this, but there's for sure gonna be books that like we don't jive with. And half will love, half will, not make it far. And that's okay. So that's why it's support group first, book club second. Because the books are just a start for us to have conversation. And to speak to holidays being hard, absolutely. There are a number of people that are signed up for the book club, might not be here as often, that have family members that are having health situations that make the holidays different, that have family members who have passed, that makes the holidays different. And yeah, it's the hardest time of year, the hardest. Um,
So when you say it's going to be support group, then book club, I appreciate that.
yeah,
Um, is that something you're going to put out to our book club community?
yeah,
Show up. You don't have to talk. If there's something else, please, because
come in
I,
here.
I was on the cusp of not showing up, but because I screwed up and didn't make my appointment 2 days ago, I thought I better just get with it. So,
I'm glad.
but
I'm glad you came. We would have missed
We're
it.
glad to, Deborah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And I'm sorry, I forgot both of your names,
Oh, it's
Donna and Thomas.
Donna and Thomas. Okay.
yeah.
Well, nice to meet you again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting into the book as well, so I'm glad we're gonna kind of do it again in January.
Yes.
But the part that I just went through in the book was about needing support groups, setting boundaries of saying no to certain people or situations that are not good for us, and
Yes.
that we need support groups is very important. So I
Yes.
thought that was really cool in the book.
Yes, that was, and I love that you guys brought that up. I was going to do that as well. That the support group aspect, especially for all of us who share a personality, like we've all realized, to be able to be bolstered by people in the Club to set boundaries and have a place that we can have like a touch point of like, hey, like last week with Pat, she said, here's what I'm going through, and then everyone kind of chimed in and was supporting. We need
Yes.
that, especially when we're still going through those things. It's very important we don't shy away and we show ourselves. And so, yeah, no, Deborah, I'm definitely, well, this part is going to be on YouTube, so they're going to, anybody who watches it is going to see it. But
Yes.
yes, it's 100% support group first. So, there is no grading or score for how far you get in the book.
Mhm.
If you like the book and you read all of it and you want to add some details and things like that fact there, Donna, great. And if you dislike it and we only get a few pages in, you can literally say that next time and we'll talk about, okay, why do you and fill this in. This kind of stuff is wonderful because these books are being test run for the online course also.
And
So
because
that's
there
great.
might just be little parts of each book that you can relate to, and some of
Right.
it that really is good for me. It's what I really write down. Where is your CRPS, Deborah?
It's in my right knee, and just depending on, how it is the day, the time, it
Yeah.
sometimes goes down my leg, but that's very rare anymore. It's just
Mhm.
my knee, and I have a hard time even wearing like long pants because it brushes up against the inside of my knee, and there it goes.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
I don't even know what to wear. I ordered some fleece lined slacks, but even if it's hurting, even a tissue, a tissue can
Mhm.
hurt it. It's like, well,
Hmm.
I have to have my legs covered. It's 2 degrees here in Ohio. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So it's
Yeah,
not
we
like I
saw
can
the
go out in
snow
shorts.
fall
Yeah.
in Chicago. Well, because I
It's
want to,
75 right here.
Oh, where are you guys
yes,
at?
we're gonna go Texas. I'm sorry,
Oh,
it's gonna be 75 today.
no, that's nice.
It's 81
Well,
here in Houston.
Oh,
I
wow. Yeah.
know. I got my Bailey's Brothers building and loan because It's a Wonderful Life's my favorite Christmas movie.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's
Now,
cool.
where
So,
is your CRPS?
um, in my hand and my wrist, my left hand and wrist.
Okay.
But guess what? I have to tell you something really awesome. Positiveness.
Uh-huh.
Um, I haven't been able to wrap any Christmas presents or any presents since this happened like over 4 years ago. And I posted it on the window pane group.
Yeah.
I've been wrapping presents, we've been baking cookies, and it just gives me so much joy in my heart.
Yeah.
Like I'm an emotional person. That it's happy cry, it's a happy cry. But I
Yeah.
know what you're going through and I know what everyone else is going through because I've had the holidays are hard.
Yeah.
So but know that the support group that we have here with Chase is real, it's genuine, and we're all here for each other.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that. I love that, Donna. That's the most important part about it is that, all of us, as Deborah said in one of our recent sessions, she said, we're all the same, aren't we? And not only are we the same in a lot of our personality and the fact that we're deeply feeling and empathetic people, but we're the same in a lot of the trials and challenges we're going through. So Pat stepped away today because of some feelings and things going on with her daughter, and Donna, I know you have similar things going on there. Um,
Yes.
and, a lot of times our knee pain is tied to our niece.
Yeah,
And
and I had a
Oh,
run-in with her. Not a run-in, but she did something so painful, honest to goodness. When she texted me this information, I felt like I got stabbed in the heart. I
mm,
started sobbing immediately. And so boundaries being this topic, that's the only answer for me with her. You know, it's like I'll have the contact that I need to because I want to be with her kids.
sure.
I don't want to be with her anymore.
Yep.
And so I found, there's ways around it. I'm picking up my little 7-year-old niece, Athena, on Monday, bring her here, do play school, whatever she wants. And then Christmas
mhm,
Eve, I have all of them here. So it's
That'd
like
be
I
good.
have to be put on my armor
Mm.
so she doesn't
mhm.
break my heart again.
Yes, I absolutely. I think that's a great analogy, putting on that armor, there or a defense to allow things that are said by certain people or done by certain people brush off in a certain way or not, I guess, invade your yard. In the book they
Yeah.
talk about
Yes,
having a fence as your as your boundary to your home, right? We wouldn't
yes.
just let anyone come in there.
And I was wondering, Chase, that since our Power Club meetings are just once a month,
Hmm.
and sometimes I wish, or I know that people that are in the Power Club may want to communicate throughout that month.
Sure.
I wonder if we can have like a private group, me group attached to the Power Club that with the window pane group to where just the people that are in the Power Club, because it'll be all confidential, can have the support to
Yeah.
each other in between those 30 days. I
And
don't
Yeah.
know, it's just a thought.
and that's
That
what I
was
want to do with church, or is just get a
What
support group to where we can actually just talk to somebody if you have
what
to.
do you
Yeah,
think about
group
that?
meeting's a good idea.
that was the
So
exact same thing I was going to ask. And I thought, are we allowed to do that? I mean,
so
go ahead,
so
Chase.
the Power Club has that built in, and it's people don't, I guess people don't know about it.
Oh,
So
I didn't.
I will when everyone is here next time, that'll be a first order of business. We'll go through how
Okay.
to access that and do that.
Okay.
It's a whole platform, a whole entire forum in which you can go and communicate. Um,
Awesome.
Wonderful.
yeah,
Yes,
and
especially this time of the year or any time during the year, because everybody has their own thing they're going through.
yeah.
So if that's so cool, I think that would be really important for all of
Okay.
us.
Yeah, we can do that. And maybe if
Mhm.
if that thing is not, as much functionality as we hope, maybe we can do something like form a private chat on
Yeah,
Facebook or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can most definitely create something like that. We'll go over that in our next meeting for sure. Um,
yes.
so
Okay.
Awesome.
from a
Thank
stand,
you.
so let's save more in-depth discussion from boundaries for next time. We'll just go over a little bit of it. To those of you that are watching from home, if you're halfway through the book and you see this book and it looks more interesting to you, you can stop, you can switch books. You don't have to finish. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to take, a plethora of notes or anything like that. It's okay. Take the tools that you want to from the book and, move on to our next book for next month. I think that'll be good.
Well, I'm wondering how many people actually got through the book this month only because the holidays are here and so maybe we should just forget it out, forget about another book for next month and I mean, I'm just throwing everything I could think of out
So
there.
this is my only holdup with that. There are a few people that hate the book
Okay.
and they didn't attend today because they felt like they don't want to talk about it, which is a big
Right.
reason why I'm saying we need to remember its support group first. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and so yes, you can take more time to read the book. This one is actually a very fast read. It's quite large print.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's
Okay.
I think it's less than 300 pages. Yeah,
What's
it's
the
two.
gist of it?
So this alter ego effect, it talks about this is actually where I kind of got some of the inspiration for my better document. It talks about people creating a alternate version of themselves that is already all the things they want to be. So the fact I go by my name Chase because when I finished my master's program, I realized that I was very reserved and introverted. I didn't really put myself out there. I didn't like that. And so I
Yeah.
decided instead of going by my first name, Austin, when I entered my doctoral program, I would go by the name Chase, and Chase would be a character that I
Mm,
would push to the world as the person I wanted to be. And Chase was very outgoing and extroverted and all of these things. And within the first month or 2 months of my program, I was class president. And so then
That doesn't
eventually,
surprise me.
well, then eventually Chase became the name that I am used to going by. So the only people that call me Austin are my family, and friends I've had since childhood. But otherwise, everyone I meet calls me Chase, obviously. And that's the gist of the alter ego effect. So in the book, they talk about Beyonce and her creation of an alter ego because she originally was a gospel singer at church. And she didn't know how to be this performer for, entertainment. So she created an alter ego called Sasha Fierce. And Sasha Fierce was the performer. And she even has an album where she goes back. The idea then is to go back and reintegrate the other parts of yourself that were there. And so she has an album called I Am Sasha Fierce, meaning Beyonce is, that
it's one
that
and the same.
yes, and that's a huge part of healing is you imagine your future, the perfect or the better, not perfect, better version of you without pain, and you start to live like that. And then eventually you are
Mhm.
better. That's the whole premise behind the Better document. So this book kind of gives you that. Kobe Bryant's another great example. His nickname Black Mamba, that's an alter ego he created for the court. Okay,
Mm,
so all that's what this book goes through. It's kind of fun. It talks about having a what's called a totem or a thing that you carry with you that is your alter ego. So like for me, a totem would be like this shirt or my necklace that I always wear. It's a
Or
reminder.
Moses.
Right. I love that. Thanks, Donna. But yes, that's what the book is all about. And so it's totally different in the way of like stepping away from like all this focus being on the pain and relationships and stuff like that. I think this turns this back to working on you, which I really like for a
okay.
shift. Um, and so, yes, I was entertaining the idea that was suggested to me by Pat and Jen to just continue the book into January. But I want to be mindful of the people that reached out and said, "Hey, I'm not showing up to this book club. I'm not reading this book." And so I just want to
Right.
take care for them so that they know, hey, if you're not feeling it, just move on to this one. Um,
Yeah.
but we will spend, let's say, about 30 minutes in the next session talking about boundaries. So for anyone watching, you can finish it up or get as far as you want.
And what would be the date for the January one, Chiefs?
So January 17th is going to be the trial or Freedom from the
Oh,
Fire
yeah.
um, virtual screening. Okay, so that's a
Oh, yeah.
documentary about the window pane.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that's going to showcase everything that we've accomplished and the 5K race. Okay, that's going to be January 17th at noon Central, so 1 p.m. Eastern for you, Deborah.
Okay.
We're going to show that, and then the next weekend, January 24th, is going to be the next Power Club.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
2:00 p.m. Central.
Yep, 2 Central, 3 Eastern for you, Deborah, on the 24th.
Okay.
But
Got it.
I would love to have you guys there the 17th to see that. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be giving away, we're going to do some pop quizzes like we did before and give away some prizes. We're going to talk about my online course has been entirely overhauled. Every single lecture has been redone. And I've added about 7 new videos in general to help with addressing the emotional side of things and understanding pain on a different perspective. So I've spent a lot of time making it. I think it's in perfect form now.
Awesome.
And so we're going to talk about that, and there's going to be an exclusive discount on the 17th for that course as well for people
Is
who.
it gonna be like a Zoom like this, so we'll get an email of the Zoom information?
Yes, if you
Meeting.
haven't yet, go to the Facebook group, click on the picture of Freedom from the Fire.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the cover, and RSVP.
We did that
Okay,
already.
perfect. Then you will get notified. And if you somehow can't get in at that time, shoot me a message and I'll send you the link. It's a Zoom
Okay,
link. Okay.
okay, great, yay.
Yeah.
So what else
So
did you?
many awesome things coming up.
I know, I'm super excited, and I'm excited to recharge these next 2 weeks with a little break for the holidays, and then
Yeah,
we'll jump into 2026
you
streaming.
deserve it.
Oh, thanks. Well, let's talk about so we'll save some more discussion with the book unless there's something that's popping out to you guys. We can save that to next time. Let's talk about what we're dealing with. Deborah, you were touching on some stuff you need some support with. Tell me about it, if you want.
Well, I've talked about my niece over and over and over, and every time I think I've got this, and I'm not gonna let her get to me. But last Sunday, there was a dance recital for my little 7-year-old niece, and we have just sheets of ice here, ice and snow and cold, and I wasn't comfortable walking in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I reached out to her. Her and her husband were driving separately with 2 separate kids, and I reached out to her husband, can you pick me up and walk me from the door? He goes, I'm going to get Andrea involved in this text. Well, she said, it doesn't make sense for us to take 2 cars. Sorry, you can't come.
Mm,
And that broke my heart.
yeah.
mhm.
And, I'd already purchased a ticket, but yeah, that broke my heart.
Yeah. That they want to take some time to do that for you.
I live 5 minutes from them,
Wow.
and the recital was another 5 minutes the other way.
Yeah.
Wasn't asking a lot.
No.
I'm speechless over that kind of behavior because I would never pull such a thing. I had a long talk appointment with my therapist Wednesday, and we talked through it and came up with some additional tools for me to use just in reference to my niece. So I just really have to be on guard for Christmas Eve because I don't want to get slapped back again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. And my leg is hurting today. I was wrapping Christmas presents, and I think in the back of my mind is always, what's Andrea gonna pull? And when I got that text from her, I really wanted to blast her, but I thought if I do that, she will keep the kids from coming over on Christmas Eve. And
Mhm.
I wasn't willing to take that chance with her.
Mm.
So that's kind of where it sits. I mean,
Well, are you going through something and you're just the one she's venting on, or?
yeah, I think so. I think she's mentally or emotionally, whatever it is, there's something. And I've known there's always something. And unfortunately, she treats her mother the same as she treats me, if not worse. So it's like who's ever there, who she knows isn't going anywhere, that's who she strikes out at. So
Is her mother your sister?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
And your sister, is this the sister that's in the hospital? Or
no, this is another sister. That sister, I went to see her at Thanksgiving. I'm going to go see her again after the week between Christmas and New Year. And what's happening is her husband's her primary caregiver, and he's just keeping her medicated.
Yeah.
Just to keep things. So I haven't heard from her. If she had a moment of clarity, she would pick up the phone and call me or my other sister, and that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So he's just giving her medication that she needs and supplementing it with alcohol, which the doctor said it's okay at this point.
No, it's not. Okay.
Well, I think actually for her it is.
Yeah. So
Because, yeah, she's been a hardcore drinker since she was 15 and she's 71. So to make her go through withdrawal at this point, really
So-
doesn't make sense.
So to give context, Deborah's sister is essentially at the end of life.
End of
right,
life.
Deborah? Yeah,
Oh.
so it's more of a matter of comfort than anything else.
Oh,
So yeah,
yes.
in certain situations you would say, no, that's probably not a good idea, but in this one,
More of a hospice situation.
yes,
Yeah.
more something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You know-
we'll pray for her, Deborah. What's her name?
Thank you. Her name is Valerie.
Valerie. Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, I tell myself, well, I understand the situation. I'm choosing to not go until next week, but it's always in my head.
Yes.
Mhm.
I wonder how Valerie's doing. I wonder if Andrea's going to pull a fast one on Christmas Eve and not show up, in the back of my head. And I think, well, at least the thing with Christmas Eve, it's what's hurting my knee.
Right. And so when we say in the back of our head, in the back of my mind, that is, we're literally referring to our subconscious.
Well,
And
snap out of it.
well, and remember what I said earlier about invisible illnesses, we have a subconscious desire to be seen. And so
Explain that. I don't.
okay, so pain is acting as a protector for us from the emotions that we aren't feeling or expressing. And so your knee starts to hurt because it's much easier to say, gosh, my knee hurts, instead of saying, my niece has really upset me. I can't believe she's done this. My sister is at the end of her life. She's not even present for me to have conversations with her. It's way easier to say our knee hurts.
And where's the line between, because I told this whole story to my sister, my niece's mother, and to my one good friend, but there's a line between talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, and I got to let it lie. I don't know. I don't think I know where the line is.
Sure. Yeah, there is a point where venting or talking about it doesn't do anything. And it really won't, because they're their own people and they're going to make the decisions that they make. However, one of the things you said was, I felt like blowing up on her, but I didn't, and that's where it sits. The challenge about that is the emotion still sits. And what we need to do, and one of the things I go through in module 6 of the course, is we need to express that emotion in a way that is safe for us. So the things that I would encourage us to do is write an angry, seething letter to our niece, and then read it, to me or to a camera and watch it back. That's one thing. The next thing I would do is, when those thoughts are spinning in the back of your mind, you do the mind-body journaling exercise that's in module 7 of my course as well. And you let out some of those thoughts and emotion. And so the act of writing about them and reading them to a camera and then watching it back is literally you being seen.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Right. So instead of my knee hurts, can you help me? Then you're being seen. That is what pain is allowing you to do. It's allowing you to be seen. For me, when I was in my pain, I was so focused for so long on taking care of my family and helping, stepping up to be the best brother and strongest person, all these kinds of things, that no one noticed how much I was suffering. And in order for my mind to save me and allow me to notice my suffering, I was struck with pain. And finally, in that situation, I had a reason to take a step back and relax. I had a reason to be cared for in the way that I actually needed to be. And that is what I feel a lot of these, people are not doing it on purpose. The pain is extremely real. I've been through it. But what's happening is our body is giving us what we can't get ourselves. And that is the being seen authentically of, like, this is what I'm going through and dealing with. And so that's what the writing exercises and the reading exercises are all about, and going to a rage room and smashing stuff. That's another thing in module 7. That's what it's all about. It's about allowing yourself to be seen and understood. That's the important part. So Donna, for you, the whole time we've worked together, that you had all this grief you were carrying around, and only once we started noticing and
I need to
sitting
excuse
with it-
myself for 1 minute.
You're fine. Did your pain start to go down, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so that's a big part of all this. And so when you get back, Deborah, I'll tell you what to do next.
Okay, drive over to my niece's with a bat.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, no, see, and that's the thing. That is what we're holding in because we feel like that's unwelcome and we know it won't do us any good. But when we write about and express ourselves, that changes the need for the pain.
Yes.
Right?
And it's not an easy thing to do. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life was writing those letters.
Yeah.
But yes.
Oh, and on Facebook, you can get a cutout made in someone's likeness, which you could take to a rage room. It's only like $9.
I actually love that. That's hilarious. Yeah. So in my online course with the revamp, there is I have a 5-step process to helping with these emotional things. And rage rooms is one of those steps, which is funny. Let me show you guys. And when Deborah comes back, we can show her too. Let me show you some of the revamps here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, haven't family come over for Christmas or just gonna chill?
I am. My brother, my sister, my brother's girlfriend, and my dad will all be here at the house.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so we're gonna do. They
Awesome.
won't get in until Christmas Day, so we're gonna do Christmas on the 27th instead,
Yeah,
and we're gonna have Christmas Eve the 26th. So it'll be a cool thing.
yeah.
Oh, that works though. It's Friday, so
Yeah, it'll be fun, and we're gonna go out to dinner and things like that too, and see
That's
Avatar.
good.
What
So-
did I miss? What's your vacation, Chase?
Oh, so I'm taking time off, but I'm just staying here at home to just relax and not work.
Yeah.
Which it's funny because usually the first 3 days I won't know what to do with myself because I'm working like 14 hours every day usually. But I'm gonna relax and have fun and spend time with family. So Donna was asking me
Right.
who's coming to town for Christmas. So it'll be my brother, my brother's girlfriend, my sister, and then my dad lives with me. So
Nice.
we'll all be here.
I didn't know that. That's good for him.
Yeah, when he retired, I moved him in with me and I said, no more bills for you, Dad. So he hangs out.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's
Yeah.
so sweet of you, Chase.
Oh, thanks. I try. I wanted to show you, Deborah, and Donna, of course, the revamps to my online course, so that you can see it. And I guess anyone watching this on YouTube can see it as well. So this is the course now. When the course, can you guys see it okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when the course first launched, there was only about, I want to say like 28 or 25 lessons. There's now 78.
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah, so you get, when you sign up, the cool thing is you pay one price and then forever, as long as the course is on the internet, you have access. So if someone's watching this and they signed up early on back in March or April, go back because I guarantee you it's better. To go through it, there's 8 modules, and in each module there's a lecture. So obviously the timeline lecture, there's videos with clients, and then there's recommended readings.
So what changed? Did you like his what was the first thing you said?
The lecture is the
Yeah,
first thing.
has that changed?
Yes, so every single lecture besides the module 3 lecture has been redone. Some of them have brand new content. Some of them have just been edited to be better because there were mistakes in there I wanted to fix. So they've all been redone. The biggest overhaul, and also there's new client videos. So there's videos with Adam in the course now. There's videos with Carol in the course now. One of the biggest overhauls too is every single attachment that I have, like our sleep toolkit to help us sleep better, our meditation platform and everything. Those have all been revamped. They're better. There's better information. In the courses also, there are references included where needed. So full in-depth references and research if people want to learn about that. But then the biggest revamp is the most important module to me, is the module 7 revamp. In module 7, it used to be one 20-minute lecture on emotions. This lecture is now an hour and 20 minutes long, and there are 5 videos teaching you how to process the emotions that we push down into the back of our mind. Okay? Step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This mind body journal is a brand new thing that I've created, and I walk you through exactly how to do it, every step of the journaling process and why you do it. It's a daily exercise. That is just one of the many things that shows up in module 7. Okay. The coolest thing about the new module 7 lecture is, like I said, it's about an hour and 20 minutes, but I go through why emotions are a big part of our sympathetic overload, our fight or flight. But you also see examples of me working with over 25 clients doing these exact exercises. Okay. And a lot of these people are people you've never seen on YouTube or in my course before. Okay. So, oh, look at that celebrity
Oh,
feature.
Lord.
So I want you guys to, if you are in my course, 100% go back at least to module 7 and watch that. And another one I would say would be really important to check out is the new module 2, because the new module 2 is a really cool upgraded version of the old one with new information.
Chase, I forget, was this, are the modules, are they on YouTube or in the window pane group?
So they are on my online course.
Okay. It's been so long.
Yeah. So they're in my Yeah. And if you need to figure out how to get back to it, let me show you how to do that. Okay. So if you're already signed up,
yes,
you're going to go to my website. You're going to go to my website right here, and you're going to click this little hamburger button up in the corner. That's on your phone. But if you're not on your phone, you'll see this. You see this courses tab?
Oh, okay.
You're going to click that, and then it's going to say already enrolled, log in here.
okay.
And you're going to click on that. And when you click on that, you'll be logged out. It'll give you a login option, and then you can go to the course.
Okay.
Okay. You guys will probably see this.
Mm-hmm.
The Power Club.
Yeah, because I'm always on my laptop to watch everything and can see it better.
Yes. So yeah, I've re-edited all the lectures. And then in module 5, there's a brand new video called the Bullet Ant Ritual. That one's really cool. So you guys should definitely check that out. But that's part of the value of the online courses. Every year I'm going to revamp it like this with new and fresh info and new techniques I've learned from working with people. So it's a great resource for, less than the cost of one treatment of scrambler or ketamine or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, and as you pointed out, you still have CRPS. You don't have pain, but you said it's there.
Well, I said in my testimony, I said it never goes away, but now I have the tools and the guidance to know how to get through it, and that your emotions are connected to your physical pain.
Yeah.
So
do you still have pain, Donna?
like not right now, but sometimes a little bit, but it's under control, but not at all like it was before.
Like it was, yeah.
No, not even close.
And we look at the trigger. We try to find the trigger for it when you have a
because when I start to, I'll think, okay, what's going on? But to me, like recently, it was because we're having Christmas at our house this year, and his whole family's coming over, and we're gonna do the white elephant and the manger, and I'm thinking of all the stuff I wanted to put Bible verses, just one each for each person that talks about Christmas.
Nice.
And have somebody read each one, and oh no, we're gonna make yummy food too. We love to cook.
Nice.
But it's just all that happy things. It's not always like stressful things, but it's like our personality. We just trying to be like, so I'm trying to take it slow. I'm giving myself pace, not doing it.
You can let other people cook food and bring it.
Yeah,
keep making these, revising the menu. It's like, we're not cooking that.
Yeah.
I got the menu down, everything. I wrote down what we're doing, and they can get the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I love all of that, Donna. I just want to challenge one thing.
Okay.
A belief that it never goes away is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, yeah.
And so I want you to, in module 2 talks all about this. CRPS will be called incurable. And then in the
Yes.
same breath, it'll say 30 to 85% of people get better. It's a direct
Yes.
contradiction. It can't,
Right.
it's like saying jumping over that is impossible, but 5 people did it yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I agree with you. And then
I
I
love it.
feel it's gone. Like I don't fear it. I
So
never will fear it. And I think it's more of dealing with the emotional part of it
yes.
because I've never realized that they were connected. And now I focus on dealing with the emotional part, and that helps. Like everything just comes
So,
together.
yeah, think of it not, you don't have CRPS, you're just super emotional.
That's
Maybe.
true. Well, if
So
that's the way the Lord made me.
right. So here's the thing. At first, and this was true for me for a while, I would either have physical pains or I would have a headache or I would have stomach problems,
Mhm.
or at some points I would get, some sort of skin condition. All of that was a physical manifestation of the emotions I was feeling because I didn't know how to field those emotions. But
Mhm.
as I practiced fielding those emotions and understanding why the pain was coming, the pain was needed less and less and less. And so the last time something like this has happened, I've told this story to one of my clients recently, and it's in module 7. I was going on some dates with someone, and we had had about 4 or 5 dates. And the next date, being a people pleaser that I am, I had a headache before we were scheduled to meet. And at first I was like, oh, I didn't hydrate enough. I drank way too much coffee like I always do. I slept wrong. My neck is kinked. And then I was like, wait a minute. I teach people this all the time. What's bothering me? Well,
Mhm.
my conclusion was I didn't like this girl. And she's a wonderful girl, but it was just we weren't meshing. And I was
Yes.
forcing myself to go on the date because she was excited about it. And I wanted her to be happy.
Mhm.
And so what I did is I had a conversation with her that, hey, I don't think we're meshing, at least from my end. You're wonderful. I'd love it if we could just be friends. And
Mhm.
lo and behold, my headache started to subside. And so
Yes.
I will not label myself as a chronic migraine sufferer. And just like I think moving away from the label of someone with CRPS is a very important thing. So in the beginning here,
Yes.
we did this thing where we noticed each other. We said, where is your CRPS? Notice no one asked me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had CRPS at one time, and so it was in my left foot, but I wouldn't label myself as someone with CRPS. So I know that sounds really nitpicky, but the mind is really powerful. So
Mhm.
start to
Yes, it
say to
is.
yourself, I am moving on from this, because really the only way to win the game of CRPS is to stop playing all together.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's little bit at a time. And once
Yes.
you do that, then the next step is not so hard. And then the next steps, like you don't have to do everything all at once. Like little baby steps has helped me.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Mhm.
times we get in this situation where when we have these ups and downs, we think we're back at square one, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Like Deborah, I know we've talked plenty of like when the pain hits again, we're like, oh, what was all the work? Was it even worth it? But what I see when
Mhm.
I look at you comparatively is like if we go back, several months to when we were first starting to work together, we would have been sitting in the chair and it would have been something more like this.
Mhm.
Like just feeling that pain and it was going through our whole body. But this time you were telling me about your niece and your worries, and you were sitting there just like that.
Yes.
That's a testament to where you're at. And now let's fast forward a year from now. You'll be sitting there without pain telling me a story about how you got annoyed.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to make that very clear, choose your words wisely when we talk about where we're at with CRPS. That's important.
See, that's
Um,
good.
Yes.
and
I
sometimes people
agree.
reach out to me and say things like, I'm going through this and I have CRPS, it's not fair. And that's true. And what I want them to know and start to tell themselves is it's one and the same.
Say that
Mhm.
again.
people will say, reach out to me and say, I'm going through this
Oh,
and I have
okay.
CRPS. It's not fair. The this and the CRPS are no different. They're literally one and the same. It's just like in the same way that when I get up to give a speech when I was in junior high, my palms would get sweaty, my heart would race, I would shake. I wouldn't say I'm giving a speech and I'm shaking and having my palms sweaty.
Yeah.
I would say I am nervous about giving a speech.
Mhm.
Pain is no different. It's not I'm going through this with my niece and my knee hurts. It's my niece, my niece, my knee, my knee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One
And
and the
that's
same.
a really important thing to keep in the forefront of my mind. But when the emotions come in, sometimes I lose sight of that it's related, that
Mhm.
and you know, I write and I write and I write and I believe all this works, but it sucks when you're in
Yeah.
pain again,
Yeah.
you know?
That's
Yeah.
another reason I believe that our support group is so
Yeah.
important.
True. Coming
Yeah, a
here.
month's a long time to go. You know, I enjoy hearing what the other people have to say, what's worked for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll definitely make a Power Club platform or chat. I want to make it easy for everyone to use because the technology can
Yes.
get confusing. So that's definitely on the agenda for next time for sure.
Yay.
It's so interesting, Deborah, because you said that that's important. It's hard for me to put that in the forefront of my mind. So make it conscious, instead of
Hmm.
the back of my mind, right? And then you said the wording here is important. When the pain comes, I lose sight.
Yeah.
And I think that that's so fascinating and shows the utility of pain, It is a perfect distraction. That's
Oh,
why we use
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times to take it a step further, pain, we learn when we are younger sometimes that we get attention or love we might not get when we are physically hurting or displaying hurt. And so, for me, like I remember when I was growing up, I was in a foster to adopt family. So I had the biological kids and then we had a bunch of foster kids. And I, being the oldest, had to take care of all the foster kids as a third parent, basically. But when I sprained my ankle or when I got injured at school or when I had a headache, I had reprieve from those things.
Yeah.
And so there's this intricate tie of our emotions to those injuries and those locations. So
It
yeah.
could go more than that. I told you about my mother. She had a very controlling father and husband. And just as soon as my father died, her brain started shrinking immediately. And I think
Mhm.
it could be she wants people to take care of her.
Maybe she
And
needs
I,
she needs that care.
we got into an argument with my brother. He's a programmer. He does logic, like I do. Well, her brain's shrinking because she has dementia. Well, why does she have dementia? Well, because her brain's shrinking. And I say, no, but what's causing that? And I talked to him about all this, and I think she doesn't have any place for her mind to go now.
Sure. Yeah.
And so, she's always been kind of a field because of this. She's kind of been a stranger to reality sometimes. And it's just, but I think it is maybe she wants us to take care of her more. It could very well be subconscious. I mean, but her brain's
Maybe.
shrinking, and we're gonna have a trouble with that this Christmas, and that's my hurdle. But
We got her an amazing Christmas gift.
yeah, so we're just enjoying the time with her. But
She doesn't want or need anything, but you tell them what was
well,
better.
yeah,
And
some pictures.
Mama, I dream about my mama a lot, and my mama told me about this, what to get for his mama in my dream.
But I'm
Oh, that's
saying it's
cool.
not just you said it's synonymic. What's the word? Synonymic or
Somatic.
somatic?
Somatization.
I think it's the same thing with her dementia.
Yeah.
It's not
Maybe.
pain in her case; it's mental facility.
Yeah.
She wants someone to take care of her because
So,
she's never
and
had to think of
also
herself.
feel, yeah, like a part
Yeah.
of our lives. So we got her these 3 5x7 pictures. They're in these really cool rustic frames,
Mhm.
and you hang it on the wall. So, and there one from last Christmas, one from her birthday. Oh, two from her birthday this year. We took her out to
Well,
dinner.
when we were talking, semanization, she always, whenever he asked her a question, she'd say, "Well, I don't know about that."
Uh,
So yeah, so there is an element possibly of like obviously she needs care. She was in some controlling relationships by her own discussion, right?
My father got
But
worse as he got older, but yeah.
right. But then at the same time, that phrasing, I don't know about that, is important too. I have a client right now that is having trouble swallowing. And one of the things I asked her is, what in your life has been hard to swallow? And she's
Oh,
been through some things, as you can imagine, that involve some things that were challenging in that fashion. And when we write about and discuss those things, she's had a meal for the first time in 6 months,
Wow.
right?
yeah.
And so we bring this rage and frustration and the things we couldn't say and the things we didn't know about to the surface. We lay it out and we look at it, and that's how things change. Additionally, in step 3 of that module 7, I'm going to be calling you out, Deborah.
Uh-oh.
One of the things that I say is, firstly, if there's a letter that you're avoiding writing, i.e. pagey in the beginning, Donna, if you remember, that's the one you have
Yes.
to write, firstly. And then I say, speaking of avoiding, the number one thing my clients avoid is going to a rage room. And one of the things you said, Deborah, was I should go to her house with a bat. Well,
Yeah.
you might get arrested, but at a rage room with a picture of her, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know that we've got the banister and things like that, but I really think a facility would be a great idea. Okay, so consider that, everyone here that hasn't gone yet.
You
No,
know,
we
Or who?
were going. We just didn't go yet.
Uh-huh.
Got
And then
better.
Yeah.
and then those watching who haven't gone yet, I'm looking at you. I don't know, whoever that is.
You know who you are.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be more therapeutic than you think.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
So you went, I think we'll go to the Fort Worth one because it's not very far from here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's the same thing. You got sick for a while. Allergies are just bad, and every Christmas we get sick. So anyway,
Yeah.
but you're better now. So maybe.
Yeah. And send me
I
pictures.
said the holidays are hard emotionally for different reasons for everybody.
Yeah.
So to me, like Chase said, my CRPS was in my hand. I carry the pain with me, but now I've learned to carry the good memories and the good things and focus on those. And
Perfect.
the pain goes way down or away.
Love it. Yeah, I'm excited for you guys to try that rage room. I think it'll be cool. I think
Mhm.
that, thinking forward to our next meeting, I want to build an assignment for everyone, okay? So we have a task, okay? With the alter ego effect with that book, one of the things that we do is we visualize like the super version of us. What is that person doing? What is that person like? What character traits do they have that we want? So I want you to think of who is Super Donna or Super Thomas or Super Deborah. And some people just call themselves, like I have a client, she just says Super Caitlin. But you guys can make a name, so I selected my middle name, and this was before I even read the book. But psychologists call this concept creating a second self. And so I want you to think of who is the person that can handle anything, who is the person that can take on the world, and how do I, even just
Jesus.
temporarily throughout the day, embody that person? One of the things they suggest in the book is you have a totem. So like I said, it's the shirt or my necklace, but you could have something like this, right? And this thing, whatever it is, it pocket size or like a piece of jewelry is important. But when you carry it with you, you are super you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's the idea. So when I was going to school, whenever I put on the necklace that I always wear, I was Chase. And so no one else has to know, and no one has to call you by a different name. That was just my way of being reminded that I was chasing something bigger than myself.
Oh,
So you guys, whenever you have that, so Deborah, for example, with Christmas Eve coming up, maybe that day you get whatever it is that's your totem, you put it in your pocket and you say, you know what? I'm the person that can face what's about to happen, no matter what it is, whether she shows up or she flakes.
And have my hand rubbing my totem. I used to carry a little stone for that
Yes.
very reason. It
Yes.
helps center myself as well.
That's exactly right. It is a built-in reminder for you, no matter where you are. So I have a client, Sandra, who's a chef, and her chef name was Mama Sandy. Okay. And she was trying to get back to being a chef because she had CRPS in her hand. And so what she did when she went to shop for ingredients, because that was going to be hard for her, she took a thermometer, a cooking thermometer, had it in her pocket. And at that moment when she was shopping, she used Mama Sandy.
Oh, cool.
Okay. And so it could be you're trying to get back to a version of you that you've missed or you lost. And that's just one of the many tools in our next book, which is why I like it so much. Okay. So our assignment then is going to be, as you read the book, I want you to write down who is Super Deborah or Donna or Thomas or Pat or Jen or Mary or Sonia. Or Jeff, I should call out Jeff too. Who are the super versions of us, and what is your totem? So those are the things I want you to bring to the next meeting. Okay.
Well, yeah, I have mine, but
Oh, you've got one?
well, I'm an instructor, so my
Oh,
persona is Mr. Dribble. Nobody calls me that except when I'm teaching. I'm the instructor, and I have to be in. If you're in charge, you have to be in. If someone asks you a question, you have to have an answer. You don't.
Yes.
You can't be. Oh, I don't know that.
You
Right.
can't be Mr. Trouble everywhere, though.
No, just there. And my totem's my belt, so my
Oh.
white belt. So
Man, I can wear your belt.
Well, you
wrap
can't
it
be.
around twice.
yeah, you did. Yeah, 3 times for you, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So no, that's extremely valid. I'm a different person on the matter. You have to be, but yeah, I'm playing a role kind of in a way. And I know
Right.
that.
You're stepping into a character, and this is the process of what happens. So for example, when I created Chase, my intention was to get away from my being introverted and not outgoing and kind of to myself, and become more extroverted and outgoing and a leader and all these things. And I did that. And then the eventual change was to go back and say, okay, all of these pieces of me that I shunned were actually important parts of me.
Yeah.
So it is important for me to have my introversion and still be able to adapt in an extroverted world. It is important to me to be to myself sometimes. And so then there's a reintegration of Chase and Austin. But it starts out with a kind of a fake it till you make it mentality of like, anytime I rub this stone in my pocket, I am this person who can handle it, until eventually I can just handle it. Right. And that's how I handled the public speaking. In the beginning in junior high, my hands were sweaty. I was shaking. I was turning red. Now I talk to a camera all day long to, thousands of people sometimes.
Wow. Yes.
So
When you have a setback, you didn't have a setback. The character did. And you just need to work on the character some more.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
really.
It's like a video game in a certain way. And there's another book called Super Better. That is along those lines.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. But it is kind of like that. It's like, okay, there's not risk in me going out being Chase or Super Deborah or anything like that, because if I fail, if I have a setback, I have to teach that version of me to adapt. And that's the fun of it. It's almost like it's a role you're stepping into. It's like Halloween every day.
Don't talk about Halloween with this thing.
But yeah,
It's
like
not Halloween.
you get that idea on Halloween when you dress up, you are embodying a character. Whenever I would wear a mask on Halloween, I'd be acting like extra creepy, like going like,
Ah,
I had someone at Halloween, they wouldn't talk to me. The mother says, no, he's in character. Stay away from him.
I love
good
that.
call.
I love that differentiation too. It's like that's not who he is right now. But here's the thing. You see this with actors, right?
Yes.
So like the Heath Ledger, right? He embodied a character to such an extent that it really took a toll on his mind. So this is
who was that?
The
the
Joker.
Joker.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like, literally you can see it. These people, they get into character, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
But we're using the ability to manifest whatever character we want as our advantage.
Bruce
Stallone said he couldn't climb that cliffhanger. He couldn't climb that, but when he got into character, his character could do it. That's the only way he could get through it.
Right. And so that is another point to bring it back to identification with a condition. If your character is Donna with CRPS, you will embody that character, self-fulfilling prophecy. That is why all of the stuff for the window pane is blue, because we're leaving that. Our character now is the people who overcame it.
Blue is my favorite color.
I love that. That's perfect. But yes,
So the book and the assignments, is that what we're gonna read that book by the January 17th, 24th?
January 24th is going to be the next book club.
And have the assignment.
Yeah, so the assignment is kind of built into the book. You know,
okay,
he instructs you to do exactly what I just told you to do.
Okay.
So you'll see that there. I just want you to come here ready to share that.
Yes.
During the first like 20 minutes or so, we will talk a little bit more about boundaries with those that want to. But for those of you who are watching this that didn't want to make it today because we weren't as fond of boundaries, still come. Share that you didn't like it, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. And let's move on to our next read. Okay. Not every book will be a hit or success. We'll just take tidbits that serve us and move on.
Yes.
Okay. But yes, this book will be a much lighter read. Like I said, it's like 230 pages. And I think this is technically over a month this time with the date. So you've got 5 weeks now
to read it. Okay.
As well. But remember to show up for the screening.
Yes,
that's very fun.
That's fun.
Do you guys have anything else we want to talk about? Comes to mind?
I have to just say, I had the most delightful evening last night.
Ooh.
I went to the Cleveland Art Museum and went to a concert, all strings, of the Cleveland Orchestra. No lights, all candlelight.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
It really like calmed me down and helped me focus on, what Christmas is really about. And so, it's nice to have these delightful moments as well as just getting through the day.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that juxtaposition of all the stuff you're going through, Deborah, and then being able to find that moment of joy last night. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I love that you use the words calm me down, because that's what happens when we're in these situations, with family members and loved ones. Everything amps up, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that calming is a huge part of it. I remember when I first was like, my pain was coming down, and I went back to school because I lived on my dad's couch for a while. I went back to school. I got back to my apartment because I had left my apartment in such a rush because of the circumstance of how my pain came about. All my food was spoiled and moldy, right? And I remember for the first like week or so, because I was gearing up to go back to school physically, I would just kind of lay in my bed with candles lit, like you said, Deborah, and watch. I had bought a lava lamp, funny enough, and I would just kind of watch that move around. And I still think back to those moments, and it was like my foot was hurting, but I was relaxing, like to an extent I hadn't in a long time. And so yeah, there's something to be said about that. I like that.
There's life beyond it all, right?
Yeah.
And getting, that's another thing that happens. We isolate, and we get our special couch or our special chair, and we forget the world sometimes. And so yeah, going out to a concert like that is a wonderful thing to do. I love it.
Church is doing a candlelight service on Christmas Eve. We're going to go to 1 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to go see Christmas lights. There's some beautiful ones. Probably Monday. It's going to be warm enough for you. She still hates the cold, but
yeah.
I always don't like. I have hand warmers in my purse. I highly recommend them.
There, but yeah. So there's a beautiful world out there.
Yes.
And this is the first Christmas we've been together where you haven't been in pain. So it's going to be amazing. It'll be amazing.
Wonderful.
So many good, joyous things to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And I just say, Deborah, when you, for me, what helps me if I'm feeling like that, focus on what, like yesterday, your candlelight, something that gives you joy and peace, and it helps a lot, and it makes the other stuff not so
Not to
like the
yeah.
dragon, like a dragon, right,
Yeah.
Chase?
Yes, exactly right.
So it's
I
not that big dragon. It's the good things are more important.
Yeah,
in
no,
this.
you're not held hostage to every bad thing that happens.
Right.
Last
Right.
Facts. Are you joining us by candlelight over there, Deborah?
Actually, I am. I really am.
Are you?
Yeah, all my
I thought-
lights are off. I have a lighted, going down my banister is lights and garland. I have lights, candles all over. This year I didn't put up a tree. I'm doing white lights and poinsettias.
Ooh,
Pretty.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's really pretty and calming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like sitting here
Yeah, relax.
decompressing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I can see in your glasses the reflection of that.
Yeah.
I'll show you my let me see if I can pull up what I've got set up here. Let's find it. Oh, here we go. My dad hates this thing, but can you see it?
It's a
and
dog?
wow. Is that like a big polar bear or something? Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Oh, it's
It's a polar butler. Polar butler.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And he's gonna hold the
It's
cookies.
a cutie pie.
So that's my decorations, and he'll sing "Merry Christmas" when you walk by him. So
Oh, how cute.
Aw. We
Um,
should meet your dad someday. You should bring him in here so we
sure,
can
I'll
say
bring him
hi.
on. Yeah, I'll bring him on
Yeah.
someday.
What's his name?
Joel.
Joel.
Yep.
Joel.
And actually,
Merry Christmas, Joel.
that's the name of the cameraman and producer that's helping me with this documentary for the 17th. So
Okay.
he'll be there with us
Oh.
on that
How's
screen.
the videographer guy that was from the run? How's he doing?
That's him.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one. That's his name, Joel. So he's
Thanks,
gonna.
Tom.
He had the chainsaw tear.
Lower.
Oh, I mean the blower,
We
the
had-
air blower.
We had to close the window because of
Oh.
airplanes just now. So
Oh. So he was, to give you context, Deborah, he was, we were talking about when filming, it's really important to have good audio. And he said
Mhm.
that it never ceases to amaze him how somehow there's always a leaf blower when he's trying to capture audio. And I said, really? That actually happens? He's like, you'd be surprised. And he came after the race to come film me for some more scenes. And believe it or not, there was a guy with a leaf blower blowing away the grass that very day. So
That was funny.
that's
Yeah.
what they're referencing. But well, I'm hoping you guys, I'm glad you
That's
came.
nice,
You know,
Charles.
I'm glad you showed up. I want everyone to know that no matter what we're feeling, where we're at, anything, this is a safe spot for you to come show up as you are. If you enter
Yes.
this and you're in tears from the get-go, please just be here. We want to be here and be with you
Yes.
for that.
I've been there many times.
Yes. And so come here. This is the whole reason for the support group. Support group first, book club second. And I just want to say to both you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll be excited to see you for our next one. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
Merry
Merry
Christmas to you. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
too.
We'll see you
Bye.
next time,
Bye.
guys. Deborah, I'll see you
Christmas.
in a few weeks. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Chase.
Yeah. Thank you.